I want to bring you along to a little trip that I did to Mount Fuji, and this trip was a little bit special because not only did we camp there, but we cooked a lot of food. I took some pretty nice images, and not only that, but we got to see the beautiful mirror lake experience of Mount Fuji itself. So in this video, I wanted to share this Mount Fuji trip with you guys, so if you're interested, please keep watching. Lots of good things to come. I've been planning to go camping with my uncle Toru for quite a while now, and in 2019, that's quite a few years ago, we decided we should go camping. Now Toru, his twin brother, and his dad, they're all mountain climbers slash campers, that kind of vibe, so getting the tent equipment and everything would not be a problem for me, thankfully, but I guess timing wise, it never really happened until this year. In July? No. When was I in Japan? I need to find out which date this was. On the 27th of November, I packed up my bags and met up with my uncle at one of the train stations. And the first thing we did was head to a huge shop called Wild One. Now, Wild One, it's a magical place. I'll show a little video here that I took. Basically, it's just two or three, I think there's like 2.5 stories, if that makes sense, full of camping equipment. There's like lifestyle gear, there's like tents and stuff, of course. I got something sick at this place. It's a Sierra Cup. Sierra Cup で言うけど This is a Sierra Cup. I believe that's the original brand from America. That's what this. But the cool thing about my one, it has Mount Fuji printed into the metal itself. A great way to start my trip. So this is what I grabbed there. It's 日本だわ。日本だ。いいですね。ボイン。あら。
もうあと1時間ぐらいで着くんだけど、富士山が途中から見えるってくるはずなんだ。ただこんな味だから。はい。きちんと綺麗にくっきり見えるかどうかちょっとわからない。
まあいいよ。何でも。
ちょっとドキドキだよ。
いいよ。何でもいい。
何でもいいんだ。
キャンピングが一番。
ああ、そっか。
そう。
この間も言ってたもんね。別に雨でもいい。
本当にキャンピングが一番で、富士山はあったらすごいいいけど。
あ、そう。
富士山の周りの雰囲気があるから。どっちでもいい。The first night we found a campsite next to Lake Motosu. This is one of the 5 Great Lakes around Mount Fuji that you can see the mountain with the river in front of it. And this is a really big iconic location for a lot of tourists. You see a lot of cool cars driving past in groups because, well, the roads are really nice, and driving into the campsite was actually really fun, and just having my head like out the window looking at the very pretty leaves was great. I'm going to come back to the leaves in a little bit. But yeah, we set out the tent, we found a location for it, got ready, we unpacked everything just as the sun was kind of setting, so it was a little bit late by the time we actually got there. But we did get to see the mountain just a little bit. Wow. It's like the getting to afternoon, nearly sunset time. Well, it is sunset time. And yeah, we just got to the campsite, pitched the tent on the spot first, and then look at that. Oh, got it. Now, as the visibility plays a major factor into how well you can see this mountain, this first day, honestly, the view wasn't too great, but I was just happy to be in this area. There's something very spiritual about Mount Fuji to me, and just being in its presence this close up is, I don't know, there's something I think in my Japanese blood that sort of tingles when I'm here. Practically just being happy, being there, camping with Toru was enough for me, but then we cooked a whole bunch of food. But honestly, there's nothing better than a good campfire, camp food, cold beers, and great company.
鬼ザロにね。これは美味しい。い
ただきます。おお、おお、あれこれ、おこれは美味しいね。うまっ。
これデリシャスだよね。
これめっちゃ美味しいな。
さっきの焼き鳥はちょっと
寒いかな。まあもちろん寒いと思うけどね。寒いね。So essentially waking up to bird sounds and coffee, it was already a great start to the morning, but I thought there might be a slim chance that we'd be able to see Mount Fuji. And this wasn't really true. There was a lot of clouds, you couldn't really see much, but you know, this is my last chance at Motosu because we're going to be moving to another lake. And I just knew this was like my last chance to get some photos of the place. So I took out my Mamiya RZ67 and I just headed down to the shore where I knew I would be able to create some beautiful pictures. Good morning. It's like 8 a.m. here, sun's risen a little bit, and yeah, I'm chilling at the lakeside at Mount Fuji. Unfortunately, this morning, I think conditions are a little bit hazy, so you can't exactly see the mountain that well. So instead of shooting the mountain directly, I decided it'd be more fun and worthwhile to take pictures of, I guess, the surroundings and kind of capture like the story of what's going on around the campsite rather than the actual mountain. So I've just been looking at some of these kayaks and trucks and these other activities that people are doing over here. And yeah, they look beautiful, man. I'm super keen to see how these pictures turn out because I haven't really done this kind of style of documentary photography with the RZ67 before. The atmosphere here is so peaceful, man. We call it shizan. It means like just serenity, like just serene serenity, you know. Very peaceful. Now the story I want to tell is about the service that this lake offers you, which is a kayaking service. There's a cabin up in the forest that has a lot of gear, a lot of kayaks and stuff, so you can borrow it, you can go out into the lake and experience this yourself. I thought taking pictures of the service itself would have a more worthwhile story in it than just the pictures of the mountains. So after taking these photos, we packed up the tent, we packed up all our bags, chucked it back in the car, and yeah, well, this was Lake Motosu, famous for its reflective water, which we didn't get to see until I heard a little bit of noise coming from around the water, and just before leaving I decided, let's go check it out one more time. And as we did, it was so beautiful. Within the same hour, the wind died off and the clouds sort of just disappeared, and we were left with such a beautiful view of Mount Fuji. I honestly think we got really lucky here. The kayaking person in the middle of the Mount Fuji like reflection was so beautiful. This video just got 10 times better just because of that one clip. So I guess taking this photo series of the kayaks and then having that one video is insane. I'm so happy that it turned out that way. Thank you, kayaking person. Appreciate it.
OK? いいですか？この千円札の裏に富士山がプリントされてます。ここに反射して富士山がひっくり返って、これを逆さ富士と言いますね。
これですね。
Yes.
And with this, we head off to the next campsite. Now, my favorite unexpected thing about this whole trip would be the onsen that we'd be visiting. Now, onsen, if you don't know, is a natural hot spring. In Japan, we all get naked, we jump into these natural hot spring areas, and yeah, this was like the most refreshing thing I could have ever imagined from after camping. So after Toru and I freshened up, we met up with our good family friend Hiroshi-san. So our campsite was set within this little forest surrounded by beautiful orange trees. Now I mentioned trees before because my favorite time to travel to Japan is in autumn, and this is because the beautiful golden leaves that occur on all the deciduous trees. This trip was a little bit earlier and it was quite hot still, so I was worried that I wouldn't be able to see any golden leaves, but Mount Fuji and the area surrounding it is quite highly elevated. So in turn, it's colder, and therefore I got to see some golden leaves. The food that we ate at this campsite was ridiculous. Off my memory, there was
Sesame Street. Open the sesame. Open the sesame. Oh yeah. いやー、これはやばいっすね。最高ですね。すっごい出汁が。どうですか？
As I get older, I feel like I've been reconnecting with my Japanese half a lot more than before, and not only in terms of language and culture, I feel like spiritually I'm sort of understanding things. And people and Mount Fuji, it's known to be a very spiritual place, very peaceful, and I feel like just being in this whole area, it just feels right. Eating good food while camping and spending time with my uncles has been the best trip that I could have ever asked for, and I'm super keen to do it again and again and again. But in the morning, we packed up our bags and then we headed off to one last awesome spot that Hiroshi-san knew of, and it was this beautiful view of Mount Fuji, of course. This is a very cool location to see Mount Fuji with all of these reeds in front of the mountain itself. Quite a few people there, it was very busy, so I tried to get some photos where I could of. So I tried to take some photos with my instant film and also with the medium format film as well. So after finishing a roll of film at Mount Fuji, eating a whole bunch of food, camping at these two beautiful campsites and enjoying good company with a campfire, we packed up the rest of our gear and we headed on home. Camping has quickly become one of my favorite hobbies, and if you guys want to see more videos in the future regarding this kind of stuff, please comment down below, and if you made it this far, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers sometime early next year. I've actually got one more video that's based in Japan because I'm actually at home already, but the next video is going to be a little vlog in Tokyo. I'm taking some photos, I do a lot of shopping and stuff as per usual, so please check that out when it comes out. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Peace.